Alright, so today's video we're watching a gold 5 tank on console, and they're going to be playing D.Va, and this is after the D.Va nerfs. So this is a VOD recorded after the D.Va nerfs. They say, I've been waiting for the right game to send in, and it finally happened. I am a D.Va main on tank, and this game was a long one. It started out poorly, but I locked in. We finally got to hold to overtime during third point. Our attack was fine, and this is where my issue is. I'm unsure how to play defend, and I found it harder after reaching gold, as well, especially when they rush. I think our team played well, and I want to try to focus on what I could have done better, since I noticed I really struggle. I'm pretty confident in my mechanics besides my defense matrix management, which I'll get to someday. I won't spoil the rest. There were a few obvious mistakes, so I hope it'll be a treat to watch. All right. So what we'll do right now is we'll see how all this plays out, how D.Va is post-nerf, and what they can work on and improve on throughout. I think that's going to be the fun part, all right? So let's see. This whole close strat on Blizzard World is so common, especially in, like, gold. And, like, I always show people the reason why you don't have people hold... First of all, out of curiosity, by the way, why was there a Moira here? Second of all, the reason why you, like... the closest you usually want to hold is right here, is because you pressure them out. Like, this is why you see, like in top 100, you'll see why they hold here. I'll explain why. Now, obviously, I get why people play here, and that's totally fine. I'm going to explain why you see it here. Basically, you play here to get their cooldowns out. The idea is that you spam them out, and then your rotation down is safe, right? But when you play here, your rotations end up here, and then if they get any semblance of map control, you fall over, and you can't retake. Say they pick somebody off up here, right? You can rotate back, and then you can get by time. But they've already lost that time because you started up here. So I'm not saying don't start there, but like, this is one of these situations where your team was split on what they wanted to do. 2 people were up, 3 people were back. You need to like work together as a core on that one. Yeah. Pretty rough start, I'd say, but that once again goes back to what we were mentioning. When you start up that close, the ability to be able to retake first point goes out the window, unless something like miraculous happens, and we can see that happening right there. So, not bad. Okay, let's see what happens next. There we go. Yeah, defense matrix wise, you're doing the thing where you like try to prevent like 20 damage. It's all about the burst damage, not the that's why you're running that of DM so much. Remember, defense matrix is about stopping the burst damage, not like the little chip damage. Chip damage would be like 70 damage here, 20 damage there, things like that. I'm watching you hit the button over and over again. So if you see it, you're like hitting the button, and doing that. It's like, the thing with defense matrix management is if you constantly just try to DM the chip damage, like the damage that really won't kill your teammates, you're going to constantly run out of DM. And then they mentioned their DM management wasn't good. So that's why I'm trying to like point out, like, look at the damage you're trying to DM. It's not going to be as effective. Now, if you watch me play D.Va, I'll probably use my DM like that sometimes, right? Because there's a lot happening. But always try to have DM up in some form. The best D.Vas you'll go against are the D.Vas that it feels like you have endless DM. Is what it feels like. I'll keep pointing it out when I can on DM to like maybe be able to help people playing D.Va too, because like, I'll try to explain it as I go. All right. I don't mind going for the cast there. Try not to all in, like, okay, so I want to pause there. In that type of situation as D.Va, do your best not to all in the kill. Just like use your flight control to stay up on the high ground. So like go for the Cassidy and you can go down, but then go back up before you run out of your flight. Otherwise, this is exactly what happens. You see that? Like, will you get kills here? Maybe, right? But like you don't, this is not a D.Va ultimate type of play you want to do consistently, right? Like you're going to get kills here, I can tell. Maybe. But like this isn't like, you don't want to make your D.Va ults be like this all the time. Is what I'm saying. Like this is not going to be like a consistently good type of D.Va ult. Twisted Fire, thanks for the gift us up. Thank you. I love the Lucio just going for the beat there and just... You know what? Listen, that Lucio managed to get beat for the rest of the team. So you know what? They did that for their team. That was a team effort beat. They knew they were going to get rolled, but they saved everybody else, and they ended up winning the team fight. Right? Pretty good. No, they actually managed to get beat. Like, the rest of the team did get beat there. It's just the D.Va ult does so much damage that it wouldn't save the Lucio, who's right next to it. They have to be on the outside of it, but it's a pretty large range now. Yeah, isolating the Lucio here in a 1v1's good. Nice job. Good play. More of that on D.Va and less of, like, trying to force a play. Remember, with the D.Va nerfs now, you have a little bit less armor. Armor's a little bit less effective. So, like, there's a little bit less survivability for you. Okay? So, your armor becomes even more important now. Armor EMP. Overusing your DM a little bit again. A lot of what you're doing is you're trying to get rid of the chip damage. There you go. Here's the habit you're getting into. And this is the habit that I think a lot of D.Va players end up doing, but like it's why your defense management ends up being bad. Is a lot of players' default style of play is to, oh, I have DM, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me hit DM for 1 second. And every time you hit DM, right, it's not like it goes down like a 1/10 of a second, like a little bit. It uses up a certain amount of resource. So if you ever, like, next time you watch them use DM for like a 1/10 of a second, it takes up resources regardless. So you can't go back and forth on it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like when they use DM just for a second. Like right there, you've already used too much DM and you overcommitted. That right there is not good timing, right? You don't need to go for that play. There's no reason to go for that play at that point. Like you're not... There's no value you're going to get there outside of maybe buying an extra 10 seconds. But look what happened instead. Okay, the Zarya fell off the map. I don't even... Okay, 1 second. I need to go see what just happened here because I did not think that was going to be the result of that. Let's see. What just happened? How did the Zarya go off the map? I don't understand. Oh, they lagged out. So the Zarya lagged out, and then the Ashe just went off the map. What in the world was that sequence? Okay. Yeah, time has become really important. And like I said, I don't really want you to get in the mindset of not playing aggressive. It's just like finding the right time into that. So like if you're going to overextend into their spawn, you have to think about what the value will be. Is your whole team there? If so, okay, it can make sense. You're going in together, win or lose, it's an alt-building fight, you might force that ultimate. But if you go in by yourself and feed like that stuff adds up over time, right? And like look at their comp now. You should be playing more high ground rather than low ground. Like up here, yes, right here. You want to stay from this angle, right? You're not going to be in front of the Zarya anymore. You want the Zarya to look up at you to be distracted, so that way they don't look at your team in the front. If they don't look at you, you can kill their back line, you're good to go. If they do look at you, your teammates can now get damage from the... like, where you would be normally standing, and then they get kills, and then that's why you do that. To alleviate pressure from your teammates. And if they run at you, you get kills in the back line, and you trade. That ended up being a pretty good sequence based off of what your positioning was, and you made some good plays. How do I feel about D.Va on defense? Here's my advice for defense in general, and I think a lot of people... I've given this advice quite a bit. Defense is basically attack with an objective that you have to defend. So, a lot of players, while on defense, you can play a little bit differently on how you would, like, strategically set up. The way that the team fights will happen the same way that you're on attack for the most part. So, just like, it's okay to be aggressive sometimes. It's okay to play D.Va on defense. You don't need to go, like, defensive heroes. You just play very similar to the way that you would play, right? And sometimes that's where, like, you'll have a difference of, like, where teams will play terribly on defense is that on defense they play so safe and so far back that they lose a lot of that value that you would normally get if you were playing the same way you did on attack. Right there, you see that like DM you just did right there? That's where your DM management gets bad. Is where you use that second of DM for no reason. But then you have a Moira orb in front of you, and then rather than getting rid of the value of the Moira orb, you don't use your DM. You know what I'm saying? So there it is again. Remember, you can eat orbs as D.Va. Don't be afraid to eat them. It takes away a lot of the value. Wait for it. They're going in. I actually like this. If you're going to go in here, I like you going aggressive on the backline. And that's what I mean right there. So, you see how the D.Va went to the backline there? And I've talked about how a lot of Overwatch now is becoming more about backline trades than it is about, like, just, like, sitting there and trying to, like, battle that Zarya. That was a good play because you trade out, and a lot of the time, because your spawn's a lot closer, it's gonna benefit you, right? The trades will benefit you a little bit more. On third point. First point or second point, not so much, right? So I like that you went there, killed the Cassidy, and then it turns into a one-team fight. This play, though, no. Even if you get kills here, I don't want you to get in the habit of doing that. I just want to point something out here. I really don't want you to get into the habit of making that play. Because that is not going to be a consistently good play for you. And like, as you climb, this play that you're about to make is going to be 10 times more obvious. So I want you to get out of the habit of doing this. I have D.Va ult. I'm going to run into their team in a straight line and ult. Because you're getting away with these plays, but that is a play that will not consistently get you kills. Especially as you climb. Especially as you climb. Right? Alright. Don't be afraid to take the TP there to get back quicker if you want. Okay, they're on Rhine now. Once again, look at their comp, play above them. Look at their comp, play above them. You're doing the right play so far. But I also want to point out, you're using your DM too much again, okay? You say you're playing here, all you need to do is back up like this to stop taking the damage. Stop using your DM so much, like, just for nothing. Granted, like I said, you will watch me play D.Va, and I'll do that sometimes too. So it's not like it's bad that you do it all the time. It's just I want to get out of the habit of doing it a lot, okay? Stay on the high ground. Yes, this is correct. This is the correct play. Although I want you to think about this high ground and where you're going. Remember that you've angled yourself into the damage of them now. So you're going to take a lot more damage. Remember health pack, bottom left. Bottom left is your mega health pack. Health pack awareness is key here. I'll show everybody where the health pack is, right here. Health pack awareness is key. See this? You had the opportunity to go here, and then you're also out of LOS, and you have cover after if you need to buy time. You have plenty of time. Look at you right now. You're in the middle here with low HP. You also have a health pack here. You see these? Two options. I like this health pack a little bit better right now because it's safer. But like if you really need to, you can fly into the health pack and then fly over the top, right? But understand health packs, see? And there's obviously one in here, but it won't be enough to keep you alive. There you go. Okay. Advice on that play. High. You don't need to fly in there. With High Noon, at the beginning of it, they have a little bit more damage reduction, so if you use all of your burst damage initially on them, what you did, they're still in damage reduction mode, so you gotta wait a little bit longer on that one. The best thing you can do there is just use cover, hide behind a wall, and then be good to go. But unfortunately, you run into them. So, you see how there's like this balance of you playing a little bit too aggro at times and trying to force a play? Timings are the most important part for you. And you're gonna hear me mention timings more and more now as we get into more and more of these VODs, because they become so important. Mercy Zen, so remember you're gonna take a little bit, you're gonna have a little bit less healing now. Look at all the DM you just used for no reason. Do you see the DM usage? You had no DM there, now you're low on HP. Stop peeking, stop peeking, stop peeking, stop peeking, stop peeking, stop peeking. Wait till you're full HP, stop peeking, stop peeking. Any tank player, your supports will absolutely, okay, I can't guarantee this, but your supports will love you if you don't sit there and just keep taking chip damage over and over again. You're good now. You can push it now. You're good now if you want to. I know you're down one. I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to get a little bit more map control, I'm okay with that. I don't mind this if you land on the high ground. Even then, like, they're not looking at you. Perfect. They looked away from you. You did exactly what you needed to do. They got distracted by you. Good job. Now, wait. 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 Not yet. Not yet. Now. Now you're good. You have enough armor to go in there. Health pack awareness. Health pack awareness. Health pack awareness. Where's the health pack? Back left. Okay. So in that situation, rather than all in there, they actually gave you a way to survive this. You have a health pack right here. Once again, health pack awareness. Do you see this? Boom. Full HP. See it? See? Health pack awareness. Instead, you get demeched. There you go. They have a D.Va now, too, so you get a little bit of the even matchup on the D.Va side. Here, D.Va fed. 2. Well, I noticed this when I was playing Rank 2. Because of the D.Va nerfs, and like... So, and maybe this is the way I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a lot of players still trying to play D.Va like the previous patch. And I'm watching D.Va mechs just fall over right now. Like, just fall over. Because what they're doing now is they're trying to all in and, like, have that tankiness. But remember, they reduced the HP of D.Va, alleviated some of the armor away, and then on top of that, made armor less effective. So, you still have tankiness, but it's not the same as before. Okay, yes, high ground correct here. Good job. You don't want to fight them straight on yet. Okay, DM usage again. Look at your DM usage going into the team fight. That DM should be at full. It wasn't at full because you just sat there and did that. Stop spamming your DM randomly. Okay, here we go again. Nice remake. I do want to, against it, once again, reiterate to you. These ults are working. These will not be consistently good ults that will work all the time. So I want you to, one thing you need to work on in general is stop making your ultimate so obvious. You get what I'm saying? Like, stop making your ultimate so obvious. Because if I saw you running at me like you do a D.Va ult, I would know you're going to use that D.Va ult. You get what I'm saying? So, like, you can go practice them. Good play on the D.Va here. That was a good play. Nice job. Good job getting the Moira recognizing the cooldown. Hey, from a mechanical point of view, I don't think you're, like, in a necessarily bad spot either. I think you just need to work on a lot of, like, the little things with D.Va to get better. I think that's really what it is. A lot of the little things with D.Va, I think you need to work on. And once you do, though, you'll be in a good spot. I really do believe that. It's just, like... Yeah. Good attack here, though, so far. Wait for it. Remember, stop using DM randomly. Even here, even okay. I gotta pause this very quickly. Even here, I want to talk about this. So if you're up on the high ground up here, right, and you start to use DM randomly, you're fine. You're in a safe spot. Who's gonna do damage to you if you're playing it safely? Nobody. So stop using your DM. You don't need to use it yet. Like, if you know, use it if you really need it, not just thinking it's gonna prevent all the damage on you, right? Does that make sense? May? Nice job. There you go.
Thank you.
Right there. Like that DM. You just use that DM. Why? And once again, you're gonna see me do that sometimes too. I'm trying to showcase you where you're using your DM incorrectly. Or you're using it in like a non-ideal spot. A little bit overcommitment here. I don't like the aggression here, but you have D.Va ult, so you're gonna use your ult, aren't you? Yeah. Just to reiterate again, right? Don't make your ults obvious as they are. Okay? Like I would rather see you use your ultimate on point to maybe keep your mech or something. Or something that will be a little bit more helpful at that point, right? So. Still working though. Get out. Fly over the yeah, you didn't have flight up. You just got it up, so I'm okay with that. I got you. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine having your ultimate on point here. Somewhere where, like, you could have used it for a little bit more survivability. Like, there's a lot there that I think just can make it really, really good for you, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So we'll see. Okay. Right there. Like, did you just see that DM? Right? You just did? Tell me why. Did you see where I'm showcasing you? You have this habit of basically hitting your defense matrix. That's what I'm seeing out of you right now, is you have, like, this habit of just hitting the button for no reason, and then when you get into a team fight, you're at 70 to 50% defense matrix, and then you don't have any. So I want you to get out of that habit in general. Like, obviously you're going to have it here, but you're doing that a lot. Okay, you just DM'd a brig, and now you lost. You see what I'm saying? You're DMing? Okay. Stop trying to do too much here. You saw that, like, the... Okay, I'm going to pause. You see the brigs there. You see that you have these heroes that are going to be tough for you. Don't try to force the elim. Do not try to force the elim. Because if you try to force the elim, this is what will happen. All right? You gotta be patient a little bit at times. You gotta be patient at times. Bad Wolf, thanks for the gift of something. Appreciate it. Thank you. Bad Wolf. Using your position here. Good job. She said, why did they DM the Zarya there? I mean, they're just DMing because they want to prevent any of the damage. Like, I'm gonna give you an idea. I think sometimes people with Defense Matrix, like, they'll be like, oh, why are you DMing, like, a Zarya? But, like, sometimes it's to prevent a bunch of damage. Because, like, the way that... Okay, so, the way that Defense Matrix works is it goes at, like, an angle, right? You know what I'm saying? So, it has, like, a range to it. So, sometimes, even if I'm DMing a Zarya in front of me, I'm not necessarily trying to DM the Zarya. I'm trying to prevent all of the burst damage coming in coming to me right there, right? You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to prevent that damage, or you're trying to prevent, like, a heal on the Zarya. Like, there's more to just, like, oh, I'm DMing a Zarya in front of me. Like, if you watch me Defense Matrix a Zarya, sometimes I'm doing that because I want to prevent heals on them, right? They have an Ana. I'm like, okay, there's a Zarya in front of me. I'm going to take, like, 300 damage, but I'm also going to prevent the heals on Zarya, and now we get the kill on Zarya because I prevented heals. So, sometimes players will see that and be like, why are you DMing, a Moira, a Mei? Sometimes it's more than, like, it's preventing other stuff. And you have to, like, stop looking at it as, like, oh, you're DMing a hero you can't DM. When in reality, I'm DMing other stuff in the game that can prevent that. So, if I can find a pause here when the D.Va uses Defense Matrix, I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Ooh, can you see it in Spectator anymore? I don't know. I can't see the Spectator. They used to be able to show the DM, but, like, I'm not seeing it, so that feels bad. But you usually can see the Defense Matrix. It has a pretty long range. Here we go. There you go. Curious to see how that one went. Good ult. There you go. I mean, that's fine that you're sending it in games where you feel like you struggle and you want to learn from it. That's fine. I mean, like, you don't need to send in your perfect games. I think that's... I mean, you can still learn from those too, but yeah. Okay. Had a good attack. Let's see how your defense goes. Playing close again. I don't mind you peeling for the Winston. That Winston hacked up. Okay, now you wait. Oh, shooting at ghosts. Too much poke damage here. You're taking too much poke damage. Oh, you're shooting the Sombra. I see now. I see now. You're here for too long. Oh, wait. So, chat, have you noticed why I'm like... I try to mention why sometimes playing this close can be tough, because what's going to happen is your retake is going to be a lot more difficult, because instead of your team wiping together, now look what's happening. See? Do you see what's going on? You still may very well hold this too, but like you're not giving yourself opportunity to be able to have a good retake, and then you lose. It's all about just playing that close results in generally what just happened. You have no opportunity on a team fight there. And keep in mind, when you're in overtime and they only have a minute, you do want to play a little bit further back sometimes, because then you can buy time to get out cooldowns. I'm not saying like do it all the time, but I definitely think it's like a good idea to be able to, play relatively close. I mean relatively further back. Sorry, not as close as you were. But once again, I also understand that like in bronze, silver, gold, etc., where you play is going to be different, and I understand that. So I'm not saying like, oh, if your team isn't all playing, if your team playing close, be angry. So I'm preparing you for, let's say you get to, say you climbed a diamond in 3 months, you're going to notice the position that you normally play at is going to shift. So getting people ready for that, or like understanding what's good positioning and bad positioning, good setups, bad setups, etc., is good knowledge to have for when you do eventually climb, right? Does that make sense? By the way, you took way too much poke damage there, and you're doing the same issue you've had prior. Uh-oh. All right, you have an ult. Time to go in there and make it obvious. Here it comes. Oh, yeah, there it is. Wonderful. Of course you got to kill with that. Why wouldn't you? But yeah, your ultimates, even though you're getting good kills, big slam, I really want to see you get out of the habit of... like, these ultimates that you're doing. Because I really do think, like, it's not gonna... Nice move. You should have this now, by the way. I don't think you lose this team fight. Just stay on the Rhine. Melee him, melee him, melee him. There you go. So, yeah, a lot of it's just cleaning up some of, like, your bad habits you're having right now. I get it. I see what's happening. All right, remember, don't use defense matrix randomly here. Left side's good. I like going left side here. Yep. Now they're going to be playing too far up. Hey, avoiding the damage from Zarya, going for high ground. Correct play. Tomber died. You can wait out a little bit if you need to. Like, make them make a mistake. You sit here. Yep. Trying to do too much there, by the way. Once again, if you're trying to force a play, that's the problem. And, like, I feel like that's what you're trying to do there. Like, nothing was gonna, like, there was no real opportunity at that point to get a kill. Now you can get a kill. I mean, you're gonna get a kill on there, Ana, so. But before that, there was no real opportunity. You just flew into, like, 5 people looking at you, right? What rank is this? Gold. So. Aurora Legend, thanks for the features process. Thank you, appreciate it. Also, you're on Mercy Lucio now, so your damage you're gonna take is gonna be, like, you need to be even better at your positioning now. Here we go. I actually don't mind this chat. This part I'm good with. Just be careful. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna kind of give an example of something here that I think you're doing. I'm gonna pause it right now to kind of make this point. So here's the problem that at least I saw right here. You see a Moira and you see them at low HP. Your first reaction is to fly into the Moira. Now, let me ask you this question. Did you see the Moira use their fade at any point there? Did you see it? Did you see the Moira use their fade? The answer to that is no. So, if you're flying into a team of people and you're going for the one hero that can use an escape to get out, this is what happens. So that's why your timings are off. It's like, okay, you see Moira use fade. I have no problem if you dive into their team and kill the Moira there, because the Moira is a free kill, and you can probably get out in an amount of time. But do you see what happens? Yeah, you're right. They haven't been canceling the fly as much, so you can definitely hit the button again. So, think about timings. Oh, Moira used fade? Okay, I'm going to go in. Moira was at about 40% HP, right? So if you continue to do some of that chip damage to Moira at that mid-range, they're going to use fade. Then you have a free kill. Then maybe their Ana overuses their grenade while you're doing that, and you eat the Ana grenade, you kill the Moira. Now you have a free kill on Ana. It's all kind of that domino effect, and right now you're not giving yourself opportunity to do that. So your timings need to improve by just looking for cooldowns that have been used to where they can't use those cooldowns to survive. Okay? Anyway, sorry, I hope that's helpful. I'm ready. All right, you managed to remech, but you're on the cart. Yep. There it is. That might just be it. Is your Mercy gonna fly to point? I'm just gonna see it from your point of view here. Yep. So, look what happens, by the way. You just get your ultimate now, right? But think about it. That all started with that dive on Moira, where you gave up your suit, right? Like, you gave up your suit just to try to kill a Moira that didn't have... that had a cooldown up to survive. So, I think with you, mechanically, I see a lot of good things. Like, I think your flight control was pretty good at times. Also... a little bit of a side note, you're floating too high in the air sometimes, so try to reduce the angle that you're going up into the air. Like, don't, like, go straight up into the air. Practice that in the training range. It's really easy. You have the right idea, but you're going too high sometimes with it. You can actually go at an angle and then use the float technique where you, as you're going up, you let go of the button, and the momentum will kind of lift you up a little bit, so you can kind of do some cool plays. But that's a different tech. Yeah, so problems I saw. Defense matrix management. Stop trying to DM random damage, especially when you're in a decent position. You don't need to sit there and DM over and over again. Once again, you'll watch me play D.Va. I will do that sometimes. It happens. It's just minimizing how much you do it. Number 2, your D.Va ults. I know you're getting kills, but stop doing those type of D.Va ults you're doing. The obvious fly into them type of ultimates, they're getting you kills. I'm telling you right now, those will not work as you keep climbing. Okay? Those will not work as you keep climbing. So just go practice D.Va ults in the practice range if you need to know the range on them. Outside of that, positioning was okay. Remember, stay consistent with your positioning. Health pack awareness. As you can see, it's a lot of the little things, a lot of the fundamentals. You fix that, you're gonna climb. Straight up, you will climb. You gotta clean up that part of your gameplay. But I think if you do, I think you're gonna see really good results. All right, you got this. You got this. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Leave a comment. All that helps. It's up to the YouTube so you know my videos go live. All that. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That is where you would be able to submit spectatings. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch app below the webcam. Usually live on YouTube also, so stop by if you haven't. We have a lot of fun here. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.